3 reasons down, 2 to go. Here is reason number 2. Barry Switzer, the bootlegger's boy who had won 3 national championships at Oklahoma, was handed the reins of the Cowboys.
We got a job to do, and we're gonna do it, baby!
It was good for us because it was a change, and sometimes you need change.
After Jimmy's sometimes overbearing intensity, Barry let the players feel empowered and got him another Super Bowl.
After winning their 3rd Super Bowl of the 1990s, Jones's Cowboys were shedding the work ethic driven into them by their former coach, Jimmy Johnson. Switzer seemed powerless to reverse the slide.
I think we went from one extreme to the other, and that was just too much of a transition for some guys.
There's a great story in Austin, Texas at training camp. All the players stayed out all night. They showed up for practice, and they were just hungover and sick, and Aikman was just livid. And Switzer goes up to Aikman and says, well, what is it you expect me to do? I mean, Irvin led the party. He said, you want me to cut Michael Irvin? And Aikman's answer was, no, you don't cut Michael Irvin, but you cut that guy and you cut that guy to send a message to the rest of them. And then you run Michael Irvin until he's throwing up in the grass. And instead, Barry Switzer started practice. About 10 minutes later, he blew his whistle and said, hell, boys, let's just call it a day.
The team began to lose that sense of discipline. And here's where we began to have a lot of these behavioral problems.
They knew when Barry Switzer was their coach that they could get away with whatever they wanted to get away with.
While many of his players were reveling in high times, Switzer was doing the same.
The Dallas head coach, who has said one of his goals in the offseason is to take some soap and water to his team's off-the-field image, was arrested earlier today.
You have to lead by example, and Barry wasn't a good example.
Players actually ran that team at that point. You know, we had a figurehead who was Barry Switzer.
In 1997, the Super Bowl champs turned into chumps, finishing the season at 6-10. Switzer resigned under pressure.
Jerry Jones absolutely made the right call in hiring Barry Switzer because the Cowboys won a 3rd Super Bowl. And then he made the right call when it became evident that Switzer wasn't the right man for the job anymore by forcing him out.
Barry actually was the perfect coach for that particular situation. The problem was, once they had won the Super Bowl, that's when Barry should have resigned.
This team fell apart because there was no respect for the coach.
Coming up on the top 5 reasons you